sim racers, welcome to the eRacing Association, where you have the chance to win $5,000 in one of the best tournaments in all of sim racing. Green flag in the air.
Are you ready to reach the next level of sim racing? The eRacing Association's epic Omega Cup Series lets you win big. Racing with ERA lets you compete for huge cash prizes, get exclusive merch, exclusive sim hardware pricing, and potentially turn your virtual dreams into reality. Feel the rush as you race door to door against sim racers just like yourself, all from the comfort of your own home.
Straight away, they're into the they're wrecking! They're wrecking!
Join now to get your membership and experience all of the excitement that the eRacing Association has to offer at www.eragaming.gg.
Celebration, he hangs on!
Oh my God! Son, this is a Navy base, not a playground.
Sir, have a look.
So you think you got what it takes to fly with the Navy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you one shot. Bring him in.
Hey, can I get another cocktail?
Gentlemen, you are here because NASCAR wants you to have a street race on this base.
Hey, this is pretty sick, huh?
Oh, you think this is sick? If you want to race here, you got to show honor, courage, and commitment. You boys think you know speed? You haven't felt real speed. They're gonna flip you. They're gonna twist you. And just when you think you've reached your limit, they're gonna punch a hole in the sky and drag you with them.
Hey, Clyde, you gonna do stuff with that pilot shit? Can't be any worse than you're driving. Sick bird, Peaches.
Speaking of sick,
The Burner Carpenter's not gonna like that. Hey, boys, I feel the need. I feel the need. Seriously, guys. Need for speed. Speed. Does this thing go any faster? Oh, shit. Hell yeah, boy.
Not bad up there, gentlemen. But let's see how you handle this next mission. This is NASCAR street course, and that is the Navy security force. You make it to the finish line without getting caught, and you have my respect.
look at this turn right
We need to split up.
Let's just steal one of these fucking helicopters over here.
Dude, we're so done.
We're screwed.
Thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah.
Why did we not bring SDG? Guys, I got an idea. Lights on! You think we can outrun them?
It ain't the car, it's the driver.
Man, this course is sick. Boys, we're almost to the finish line. We got him! We lost him! We got him!
Gentlemen, we set the standard, and you matched it. And I am pleased to say that you belong here with us on this sacred ground.
Let's get to work on bringing NASCAR to the Navy.
This is what this sport's all about right here. Big moments like this.
That was a dangerous shot.
The gate opens, all bets are off, and you better react. Like this is a picture-perfect ride.
This is what makes the difference.
Well, there you have it! This crowd just got to witness greatness!
And he can hear you right now.
Let's go! Oh my God!
I'm just in awe at how good the guys are riding. We are being treated to the best bull riding you want to watch right here.
Hey guys, I'm Indy next champion Dennis Hauger, and you're watching Drafting the Circuits.
Here come the lights in Vegas. And we're underway and racing down to turn number 1. Lando Norris is going to need the chop, and it's super aggressive from the pole sitter. Who's off? Who's wide? The lead for Max Verstappen as Lando Norris rejoins. He went bold, but Verstappen got by. And now moving up around the outside and trying to take P2 away. George Russell climbing up to second position. Crucial couple of meters for the Grand Prix for Lando Norris, who wants P2. It's dirty, dusty, and he can't go late on the brakes. It's Max Verstappen. George Russell, the pole sitter, is down to third. Lando Norris has lost places. Oscar Piastri's P7 right now. He's lost a couple as well. Hauger up to P5. There's a move for Charles Leclerc. That's for 9th position. Late on the brakes into turn 14 as we go over the line. Verstappen, Russell, Norris is the top 3 in the Grand Prix.
Norris, who just missed his break point. So busy was he to get to the inside, and Verstappen comes through. Sensational move this from Russell as well, round the outside. What's Bortoletto going to see as he heads down?
Oh my word, clobbers into the side of the Aston Martin, and round went Pierre Gasly. That's how he lost 7 places.
Well, there's no question who was the cause of that accident. Bortoletto completely misjudged his braking, now on board with Liam Lawson. And then the McLaren, wow, how lucky was Piastri that was a wheel-to-wheel contact.
So Antonelli's got a 5-second penalty for a false start. He's creeping.
Yeah, you can see the wheels moving before the lights went out.
Russell will be doing everything he can to stay within a DRS zone of Verstappen.
Oh, damage for Lawson, and Piastri gets by. Lawson with front damage to the car, and Piastri is up to P6. Late braking move for Charles Leclerc, and he gets past the Haas. The Ferrari easing by and up to P7. Crucial move for his Grand Prix. Next car up the road, one of the championship contenders, Oscar Piastri.
Here we go for a Ferrari with a pass.
It's turning into pass or be pass for Oscar Piastri. Was trying to line up the move on Isaac Hauger. Instead, opens the door for Charles Leclerc. And that Ferrari is rapid as we build up to 212 miles per hour. Can Leclerc roar by and get past Piastri? He can. And Piastri's difficult Saturday night goes from bad to worse. He's got grip, he's got speed, and has he got a chance for another position? Late on the brakes, easing to the inside and taking P5. 2 passes in 2 laps for Charles Leclerc, who's up to 5th position.
Wow, Hamilton very deep there, and well, the contact was made, so that's why Albon's gone into the pits.
Alex Albon has a 5-second penalty for causing a collision. He is staring at 6 Grand Prix in a row without points. Green flag is flying once again in Las Vegas. We're racing. Chance for Oscar Piastri. Top of your picture. Papaya car moving by, reacting well. And is this the chance to get past? It is. And now he'll hug the inside line. Maybe run over some of that debris that wasn't quite cleared. But Piastri needed to get past and did so. P6 for the Australian driver.
Sainz is trying to cover off Piastri then. This will be very close. Shorter distance for Sainz, but he's got to get the tyres fired up.
Yeah, that's going to be key, especially on a long corner here. And you can see the McLaren all over the back of the Williams with the DRS. Sainz makes the defensive move, but he's boxed in, and Piastri's going to get by. Piastri had one opportunity to make that work. He took it, and he clears the Williams. He really needed that one. Got the move done.
The problem for Norris is that not putting pressure on Russell means that Russell can have an easier time on his tyres as well and look after them. It's a difficult balance of trying to attack to make the guy ahead use the tyres. Piastri's through. Leclerc's going to have the same issue here with Carlos Sainz on the hotter, hard tyres.
Yeah, they come out of the blankets at a lower temperature than operating on the racetrack, and Sainz is unable to make the impression. So Charles Leclerc getting track position over Carlos Sainz, Piastri ahead of the pair of them.
What I can say is that Norris is quick. I'll do all I can to do 10 problem. Don't want to do something stupid. Push the podium. You want me to DRS or try to overtake?
Overtake him. We're going to go get Max.
We're heading to 200 miles an hour and turn 14. DRS will open for Lando Norris, and he stays on the outside line. Russell will hug
the apex of the corner, or tried to. He can't. Norris straight by, up to second position, and now he will try and do what his race engineer told him and chase down Max Verstappen. Antonelli in fourth position. The contact between these three that are running line astern, that's laid on the brakes for Antonelli, hanging on to this one, and you can see sliding around and potentially opening the door for another chance for Charles Leclerc is Oscar Piastri. Piastri unable to find a way through. Interesting information that Red Bull have heard that we have not heard, which is Lando Norris nursing a problem, and suddenly he's 13 seconds away from the race lead.
Russell was 3 seconds quicker on the last lap. Norris lost no more time than he did the previous lap, so he may well get there.
My information is that Lando Norris has been asked to lift and coast all the way to the flag, so they will be updating him on that gap, and it is being managed all the way to the checkered flag.
So surely it's brakes again. Lifting coast is tyre saving, it's brakes, or it's fuel. There's been a safety car which will negate any fuel issues for them, so must be brake considerations that McLaren have.
Well, this is going to be an 8th consecutive podium finish for Max Verstappen, who is still a contender for the title. You cannot count him out. Heading to Qatar, still with a chance. This is the 17th and final corner of the last lap. The Dutch driver will look up and see the checkered flag first. Max Verstappen wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. His name up in lights once again. For second position, it's a wait. Red Bull have taken the win with Max Verstappen, his 6th of the season, and lifting and coasting with a terrific position in the World Championship with 2 Grand Prix to go. Lando Norris hangs on. George Russell completes the podium. Kimi Antonelli with unbelievable speed, but a 5-second penalty. And it means as we go across the line, it's Piastri in 4th. Antonelli is listed in P5 ahead of Charles Leclerc by 1/10 of a second. There's always something different here in Las Vegas, but that's really different. Looking good in the Lego Cadillac that will take the top 3, I imagine, to the Bellagio fountains. We now have 2 weeks left to decide the Formula One World Championship in 2025, and thanks to his win tonight, still 3 names in the mix. But advantage Lando Norris heading in to the final 3 races of the year. 1 sprint, 2 Grand Prix, and it's all coming your way in the next 2 weeks as we close out this 24-round campaign. But the 3rd Las Vegas Grand Prix has been won by Max Verstappen, his 2nd at this venue.
Driver, start your
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Drafting the Circuit program brought to you by Sinista1 Productions. My name is Frank Santaraski. I'll be your host for the next hour as we go over this past week in racing. First off, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the ERA eRacing Association, Fox on NASCAR. The Professional Bull Riding Association coming to Manchester and Boston will be covered by Sinista1 Productions. And again, I want to thank Million Podcast. So I'm joined tonight by Levi, Jessica Chezrony, and Richard Uden. How we doing?
Good, thank you.
Good evening.
Hello, hello.
All right, so we are coming to you a night early in order to let everybody make their preparations for Thanksgiving. So today being the Tuesday before Thanksgiving is the day that officially, if you haven't taken your turkey out of the freezer to thaw it, you're screwed. Okay.
What happens if you haven't bought one yet?
Say what now?
What happens if you haven't bought one yet?
Oh, yeah.
Then I have some hamburgers. So
I'm more worried about the Costco pumpkin pies, because if I don't get a Costco pumpkin pie, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, Thanksgiving coming up. So,
and here's a little cooking secret for you all out there. It is 3 minutes per pound in the microwave for your turkey to come out just perfect this year. Remember, 3 minutes per pound in the microwave.
All right, Lee, go back to professional bull riding.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I did want to mention
brought to you in
Lee,
association with Levi's laxatives.
Yeah, this is Lee's last show with us. After tonight, he'll be moving on to When the Dust Settles, also part of the Sinista1 Productions family. And you can catch that show on Thursday. Is it Thursday nights?
Thursday nights, 8
Thursday
o'clock.
nights, about the PBR. Lee will occasionally hop on here next season every now and again when I can talk him into it, or he says he will, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I probably won't be invited to go over there and talk about bull riding with him because I have no working knowledge of bull riding. But
we know there's a bull involved.
Lee, I wanted to thank you for your contributions over the past 2 seasons and just wish you the best with your podcast.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It all started right here, and it's always gonna have a place in my heart. And yeah, I'll
Don't forget about us little people on your way up.
Good Lord, whatever. Little people. I'll come back. I told you I will. I always keep my word. I'll come back and
stop paying when he comes back as well.
Yeah. I have my entourage with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we had Flint Rasmussen, the senior vice president of fan engagement for the PBR. Plus, he's he's like a Hall of Famer with about 8 different rodeo associations. He was a entertainer or clown. He was probably one of the most popular clowns in the industry.
I think we're definitely I'll definitely watch the episode where you actually have a bull on as a guest. That'll be fantastic.
Actually, we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out.
No, get out of here.
Yeah, that'll be brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, I tell you. All right, so let's get back on topic. Formula One was in Vegas. Of course, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so we'll just skip that and not tell you about it.
Okay.
So moving on. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
And
Formula
there
One,
goes Richard,
in
and
Vegas,
he's blown a
again,
gasket.
A fun track to watch the Grand Prix on, but this one was a little more tame than the last few. But of course, the most significant news of the weekend came out after the race was over. So, Richard, I'm just gonna mention that Max Verstappen won the race and let you take it from there.
Well, due to the abuse that I was receiving pre-show about my summary, the lack of expedition in my summary, I'm going to Verstappen won. There we go.
All right, so Jess,
hey, you did it.
You watched the race.
You made me do that.
All right, Jess, you watched the race. You got some comments.
I did. Yeah. So here's
Don't get on with it. Come on, quick.
My big takeaway. It happened right at the beginning of the race, of course. And I'm sure you all know what I'm going to say. Lap 1, turn 1 incident. There's crap all over the track. And here we are, because we have learned nothing in the world of motorsports. we send marshals out onto a green track with nothing but a couple of lazily waved yellow flags, no virtual safety car, nothing, and cars are in sight. Like, in sight. It is the year of our Lord 2025. Like, I cannot. When are we going to learn? Like, you cannot tell me that in F1, the pinnacle of motorsports, right, that they did all the technology.
Sounds like an INDYCAR fan there. Yeah.
All of the camera angles, all of the radio communication, all of the telemetry. You cannot tell me that someone in race control couldn't have figured out how much debris was on the track, where the cars were in relation to that, how fast they were going, and how quickly they were going to be there to potentially be bowling for marshals in the middle of the track. Like, I can't wrap my head around it.
Safety third.
Marshals.
Safety third, exactly.
Safety
there
third.
It is. Yeah. No, it just.
Yeah,
I mean,
Google Tom Price.
Yeah.
And see what you come up with.
Yeah. Terrible.
I feel like a broken drum on this, but
yeah,
like
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've said it before and I'm going to keep saying it. We're only going to get lucky so many times. And what gets me is that, when something terrible does happen, again, because it will, there's going to be some dude standing up at a press conference going, oh, well, gee, how could we ever have anticipated something like this? This is how you anticipate it. Like, that could have gone bad in a number of different ways. It didn't. We got lucky, but like, this is how you anticipate what's going to happen one of these days.
Indeed. Yep. Indeed. Despite all the strides we made in safety and a lot of these are over my lifetime that I've been watching. I'm amazed at how, I used to be reading about a driver's death was every couple of months another one, and now it's very few and far between. But but to your point, the marshals are always at risk.
Right. Absolutely. And it comes, something like that comes down to, human, a human element too, right? A decision of like when to send them out, when to pull them back. Like, I don't know, maybe they could have jogged a little quicker. And I don't know. There's
jog.
Fucking Usain Bolt is your next fucking marshal.
I just can't.
All right. So
they have a combine. You need a combine for marshals. An F1 combine. See how fast they can do a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
Okay,
and the gold medal.
The gold medal to the fiber around and see how quickly they can pick up the bits of carbon fiber.
How many pieces they can carry, and like, you got to have a good wingspan. I'm saying
this is brilliant. Yeah,
you need to be tryouts for this shit. Like, you're gonna just walk in off the street.
Can we get one of those
to that point?
You carry firewood in.
IndyCar is unique in that they bring their own medical and safety things to every track. Yeah. Formula One hires local marshals from the local, sports car clubs or whatever. So these guys are literally coming in from off the street and volunteering.
I mean, I get it because they travel the world.
Thing, but I mean, you can have a safety team travel the world as well. So.
One would think.
Yeah,
and you would think it would be worth it, right? Like,
you would, yeah.
Yeah, safety third. You're right, Lee.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Cousin Eddie's Marshall crew.
So let's move on, Richard. If you're done being butthurt,
oh no. That's been 42 years in the making. Don't worry.
This is going to be a great last show. I'm telling you, we're off to a winger.
Yeah. So let's go over some of the other details of the race there, and then the incidents happen afterwards. So have at it, sir.
Yeah, the Vegas race. It's this weird sort of setup because they have to have it on a Saturday night, and it's the one race of the year that sort of screws with the traditional Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening race in Formula One. So because it's Las Vegas, they bow down to the great and the good of the Vegas Strip, and they shift the schedule to suit the casinos. But we had rain. rain in Vegas, which is pretty unusual. I must admit, the times I've been there, it's never been raining. So it was a little bit of a shock to see that. And it's a pretty slippery track when it rained. The drivers were struggling. And we saw the equivalent of Formula One Bigfoot. We saw the wet weather tire on track, which I don't think we've seen in years. It's existed, but it's normally been able to. The intermediates have been so effective. The wet weather tire has stayed in its blankets, but no, it made an appearance even during qualifying. I think the first 2 rounds of qualifying were solely on the wet weather tire. We saw Lewis Hamilton get limited early in qualifying. The Ferrari was struggling there. Carlos Sainz produced an excellent lap in qualifying to get to P3, I think it was, behind Verstappen and Lando Norris on pole, with Oscar Piastri having another poor qualifying, putting him down in P5. So he's certainly lost a little bit of his mojo over the last few weeks. Something's not clicking. The conspiracy theorists amongst us will point to some inner dealings with the devil at McLaren that have put an end to that. But ironically, the final result probably would have pleased Oscar a little bit more than Lando. On the track, we saw Verstappen win a pretty comfortable race after getting past Lando Norris at the start. Lando made a very aggressive move to the inside going into turn 1, but then just outbraked himself, which saw Max get past, and I think George Russell got past early as well. And Verstappen just controlled the race from there, really. Lando did eventually get past George Russell to finish second on the road, but it was never an opportunity really to beat Max. Max did what he needed to do. So it was not a processional race, but it certainly wasn't a nail biter until the press conferences or some of the press releases that were coming out of the FIA a few hours after the race. Formula One has a very, very strict plank wear limit. Plank being literally a wooden plank underneath the car. And the FIA measures the wear of that plank. The reason they do that is they don't want the cars running too close to the ground. These cars generate their downforce, 60 to 70% of the downforce of the car from the underneath of aerodynamics of the car. So it's a very, very sensitive area of the car, and the teams will always push to get that as low as possible. And this is something that they work on throughout practice, on the through the simulation, pre-event, Friday practice, Saturday morning practice. They'll work on tuning, get the optimum ride height. And if they're a millimeter too high, then that's a millimeter of wasted performance, especially given the closeness of the championship right now. That these guys are fighting for every millisecond that they get their hands on. And both McLarens were found to be, I think it was like 15 micron or micrometers, whatever, 0.05 of a 0.015 of a millimeter too great a wear, and there's no arguing it. You get done for what you get done for, and obviously it was a miscalculation on their part when it came to setup, a ride height setup. There's no adjustable ride heights on these cars. You can't, and they will have known, almost certain that McLaren would have known during the race that they were getting close on plank wear. They have set, and they'll know exactly what the ride heights of the car was.
Do you think that was part of why, it seemed like Norris was kind of falling back at the end, or dealing with some sort of issue? Do you think maybe he was protecting?
You'd have to look at the data a little closer. At the time, they said it was a fuel thing. He's getting close to his fuel burn limit, which possibly because they didn't really have a safety car, and you have a certain amount of fuel that you can burn during the race. And as Martin Brundle tells you on the commentary every week, they always start underweight and save fuel throughout the race. Typically on street circuits, you'll be even more aggressive because the chances of a safety car are higher, and running under safety cars, you use a lot less fuel. But also, if you're running under a safety car as well, the car's not being sucked to the ground by its own downforce, so it's not rubbing the plank, so the car will sit higher during a safety car period. So all of these things are taken into consideration, and it could well have been one of the reasons why they were slowing down towards the end of the race, to try and raise the ride height of the car a little bit.
Well, and I thought their argument was interesting too, that like, you know, these are things that we typically test and figure out during, you know, the test sessions and all of that.
Sure.
And, you know, having lost that one in the rain. Right. But you know,
nobody
all
else
of the other teams figured it out. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's obviously that this is checked on every car post race. So this isn't something that they were trying to fiddle and get away with a quick one. Oh, I wonder if we'll. They notice this gets checked every race. So it's just a massive oversight on their part, and they dropped the ball. And you know, it ironically
at the worst possible time.
Well, yeah. I mean, but ironically, from Oscar's point of view, he's probably like, yeah, okay, that's not too bad. You know, he's still 25 points behind or whatever it is, but it's better than 27 or 28 or 29 or whatever it would have been. So, you know, from Oscar's perspective, he's like, no, okay, yeah, good job, guys, thanks. And, you know, obviously it brings Max right back into play.
Max and Oscar are tied.
Yeah, you know, I think it's 25 points behind, isn't it?
20.
Yeah, the two
20,
of them, there's Lando's got 360 or 390, and then Max and Oscar are tied at 366, which is incredible because at mid-season, Piastri was as much as 107 points behind Piastri. It's pretty amazing.
He's certainly gone off the boil post Baku, I think, when he had that. You know, he won the Zandvoort race pretty dominantly, and then I think post Zandvoort he's really struggled for whatever reason. You know, who I'm sure it'll say all the conspiracy theorists will, you know, jump on board and say, oh, you know, whatever. But you know, any athlete comes and goes in terms of, you know, who knows what's going on behind the scenes. You know, it's not our place to speculate. But as we all know, we're all human beings, and we all have things that cause us to have good days and bad days. And when you're pushing yourself to the physical limits like that, they easily get amplified. So, yeah, it's an interesting sort of dynamic that's going on within that team right now. And we've got Qatar coming up this weekend with a sprint race. And we all know that Max is the king of the sprint races, so he could easily pick up, you know, 5 points on Lando coming out of the sprint race. And then if Max wins the next 3 races, I think Lando just has to finish second.
So,
well, if you include the sprint.
Oh yeah, okay.
So if he wins the sprint and the 2 races, then I don't know where that would mean Lando has to finish in those 3 races to guarantee the championship. I'd have to do the math on that one. I haven't done that yet.
It's kind of funny because there were places reporting that Max was mathematically eliminated after Brazil, and that's not the case. I mean, I guess they weren't.
It was that new age math.
A 0 point weekend for McLaren, you know.
Yeah.
So, and that really changes things. So, so if Max wins this thing right at the finale, right? When's the last time somebody won the championship at the finale but didn't lead the points at all during the year?
Kyle Larson.
Wow.
Shut
Kyle
up.
Larson, never been in Formula One.
Oh, you didn't say Formula One, you just asked.
Let's have a think. Who could it be? Raikkonen?
Raikkonen, 2007. You're absolutely right.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Before that, 1982, Keke Rosberg.
Wow.
So this
I'll see you next week, guys. I'm off.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unusual to trail the whole year and then grab the crown at the end. But you know, it does happen. Also happened in '81. Carlos Reutemann led the whole season and choked at the finale, which was in Las Vegas at the time, the old Caesars Palace Grand Prix, opening the door for Piquet to snatch the championship. So, all right. So we are off to Qatar next, right? So, Lee, do you like anybody for Qatar?
I'd love to say somebody from McLaren, but that's probably not going to happen. It's yeah, I'll go with Max. He's on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, Jess.
Let's see what Mr. George Russell can do.
Okay. And Richard? Richard?
Yes.
I think Oscar. Go on. Because he won the sprint there a couple of years ago, didn't he, for his first win of any sort? So let's see he bounces back.
Bounces back, making it three-way. 3 guys going in for the championship at the
okay. We're still talking about the racing, yeah?
Yes. I realized how bad that sounded after it came out of my mouth.
That's for a little fan fiction for afterwards.
Oh gosh. All right. So I'm gonna go with Lando on this one. Although I have a feeling that Max is gonna win out the season. So, but let's move on to a little bit of NASCAR news. Evidently, as we discussed, these court documents are coming out for the, the 23XI lawsuit. There's some things in there that, we had speculated there's things in there NASCAR didn't want people to see. And one of the things is some disparaging comments. Steve Phelps of NASCAR has in a document that, what do you say, Richard Childress is
I've memorized it. Don't worry. I can reel that one off for you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's nothing but an old school redneck and should be taken out back and flogged.
Yeah.
So that's got Childress.
That was one of my personal favorites, I must admit.
Yeah. So this thing is just gonna get uglier.
And what about they were so concerned evidently about SRX.
Yeah.
It said something like it was a trash series and needs we need to take the knife to it or something like that. SRX, by the way, their Twitter account, admin found the password evidently after
3 years
slumbering for however many years. And they tweeted a My Cousin Vinny meme that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and they've released all the charter sales, what the prices for the charter sales were since 2016, and it's bewildering. I understand the sport was a lot different, almost 10 years ago. But teams were being sold for $1.5 million here, and and now you're looking at it, it's 23 million for a charter. Stewart, Haas Racing, how much they got when they sold it to, Treehouse and
Trackhouse
and Front Row Motorsports. So I mean, I know NASCAR did not want any of this to come to public light because they've been trying to protect it, and lo and behold, here we are. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. I appreciate everything you've done for the sport.
Yeah, so over in INDYCAR, there's going to be a new face on the grid next year, Jess.
Yeah, there sure is. Mick Schumacher has signed with RLL on I guess it's a 1-year contract with options for more. So that's interesting. I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago. He tested at the Indy Road Course for RLL on October 13th. And, from the releases, it sounds like the ball was in his court after that to make the decision on whether or not to join the team. They wanted him and just wanted, him to commit. Can't help but notice that Mr. Devlin Defran was not mentioned in any of the statements. Not RLLs, not IndyCars, not any.
Devlin's still got some money, and I think Coyne still has an open seat.
Yeah, I mean, ran out of talent several years back, so who knows? I mean, Mick, obviously, Mick has no oval experience, obviously, but also is going to be at a disadvantage in that he has not seen any tracks on the calendar, I think, except for the Indy Road Course. Yeah. So, hopefully they've got a team or they're building a team that's really going to be able to help him prepare and be successful. I think we talked about a couple of weeks ago, RLL added Barnhart and Sagan. They have since brought Gavin Ward over into their establishment as a special advisor. So, you got to think that they're kind of staffing up to help prepare Mick for a successful season. Hopefully, I mean, honestly, like I never thought I would see the day of a Schumacher in IndyCar, but
especially after what your dad said about it.
Yeah.
His dad wasn't particularly flattering when he was asked if he'd ever do IndyCar.
No, he was not. And a friend this morning did remind me that I have seen a Schumacher race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, because I went to the Formula One races there in 2000 and the ill-fated 2005 USGP.
Oh, the one with the
you saw a Schumacher win,
track, right?
6 cars. So yes, I have already seen a Schumacher grace.
I'll never forget the thing about that race. The thing that I take away from that race in 2005, or yeah, it was 5, wasn't it? Was it Thiago Montero, the Jordan driver, on the podium afterwards, was like jumping around like an idiot, and Schumacher and Barrichello, like, don't.
Why wouldn't you?
Read the room, dude. Read the room.
Only opportunity you're ever gonna get. Enjoy it, man. I thought it was awesome.
I tell you.
Mr. Letterman seems pretty happy with picking up Schumacher. He put up a nice tweet this afternoon about it, and he seems pretty excited to have him on the team. So as long as Dave's happy.
Yeah, I don't know where all of this confidence is coming from, but we'll see.
Well,
Mick needs a good shoulder around him and somebody to, I don't think Gunter Steiner was exactly the best team principal for him, unfortunately. I think Mick, and you look at Mick's history, he takes time to get going. Like his Formula 3 season, first season, not great. Second year, won the championship. Formula 2, first year, not great. Second year, wins the championship. So hopefully he's given a bit of time here to, to show what he's capable of doing, because there's certainly talent there and the speed there. He just needs to be in the right environment to nurture that, should we say?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. And there's numerous cases of guys coming over from Formula One to IndyCar who found the environment to be so much better. You got guys like Ericsson and several guys before him who just have nothing but good things to say about the difference in atmosphere from being in the Formula One paddock to being in IndyCar. So hopefully, hopefully Mick will feel at home and be able to make some things happen.
Yeah, and I think it'll bring some. Just a final note on that. I do think that it'll bring some eyeballs to the sport, at least from a media perspective. I'm sure he's going to be mobbed for interviews. So any extra media coverage, anybody talking about IndyCar is good for IndyCar. So,
and he'll be the first German to compete in the Indy 500 since 1920 or something like that.
Yeah,
isn't
it was like,
which is an amazing statistic.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I when I read that, it blew my mind. Yeah.
Well, there's the Jochen Rindt factor. Jochen Rindt competed in the 70s, and he was born in Germany, but he was born during World War II, so he moved out of Germany to Austria and was raised by his grandparents, because both of his parents were killed in raids during the war. So, but he raced under the banner of Austria, but he's technically a German citizen. So. That was in the 70s.
Technicalities.
But yeah, haven't had a lot of Germans in the Indy 500, So, all right. So other IndyCar news. There have been some reports that Stingray Robb is perhaps out at Juncos.
I mean, reports, speculation. This all stems from, they haven't made an announcement officially saying that he is back. And then somebody caught that on their website, they updated their driver page with, obviously Rinus VeeKay, and then just like a shadowy figure for the other driver. So, they like
what more does the kid have to do?
Win
a race?
Finish a race in the top
find the top 20? I don't know.
Write a Brigger check. So I don't know. To me, that's not necessarily a signal of anything. Like if they're going to actually make an announcement, of him returning. Like, of course they wouldn't have just thrown his picture up there already. So I don't know. I don't know.
It is odd that they would have left him off, if he's supposedly under contract for another season.
That's what his management says.
Yeah.
But Juncos has been very tight-lipped about everything that's going on there. And of course all the rumors are circulating that, oh, well, that means there's still a seat there for Connor. But I gotta think, like, when they announced Renus, like, they said, this is our number one driver. This is the guy that we're going into the future with. Like, if I was Connor, I'm not sure I'd want to.
I'd still be saying the same thing. Don't worry.
I know.
Canapino.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, so Jessica and I did the IndyCar season wrap up on the show a couple of weeks ago. Richard and Lee, you guys were both off that week. So what Jess and I didn't do was the bold prediction for 2026, because I wanted to get the whole gang together. So I'd like to hear everybody's bold prediction 2026 for IndyCar. And we'll start with you, Jessica.
For like champion, or just like
for anything that could happen in IndyCar. We always do this bold prediction at the end of the season, and actually once I got it right.
Oh yeah.
In 2016 at the end of the season, I said, if Takuma Sato signs with Andretti, he's going to win the Indy 500. And so
he did.
Nice one.
And but otherwise, some of the bold predictions we've come up with. I think last year my bold prediction was that the champion in IndyCar would come from a team other than Ganassi or Penske.
Oh,
good job, Frank.
No.
Good job.
I had my money on Potable Ward, but
yikes.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm going to speak this into the universe. I'm going to manifest. I think Pato's going to win the 500.
How did you pick that? Because that's what I was going to say. I was like, Pato's going to win the 500. That was my bold pick.
He's got to, man. God. He's come too close too many times.
Yeah. Well, Lee, you can also have that as your bold prediction.
No. Oh, I think my bold prediction is Connor Daly's going to have a seat next year. He's going to be in the pace car, but he's going to have a seat.
Hey, you know what?
There you go. Have at it.
He can have a seat in the 2-seater, and I'll sit my happy ass in the back, and everything will be fine.
Nope. He'd be busy behind the helm of the pace car.
Well, it is IndyCar, so the pace car leads a lot of laps.
So we're gonna put Oriole Survey out of work, huh?
Out to pasture.
He's getting old anyways.
Well, before Oriole, it was Sarah Fisher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And before Sarah was Johnny Rutherford. So,
yep.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, they don't really talk about it a lot. They'll say, "Oh, who's the honorary pace car driver for the Indy 500?" Either some celebrity or sports figure. Yeah. And they just do the first lap, and it's a professional driver the rest of the time there. So
yeah.
All right, Richard.
No, go ahead.
IndyCar bold prediction.
Ooh, Willpower wins a race.
Wins a race.
Yeah.
That's not too bold, but all right.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, I think given his last year and everybody thinks he's over the hill, I think it's semi-bold.
7. He won a race last year.
But nobody thought that
this year.
They still, whichever year it is, I can't remember. But everybody's put him out to he's gone. He's
Yeah.
All right. So Willpower wins the race. You take a safe, bold.
Or he beats. Oh, okay. Willpower beats the Joker that replaced him at Penske in the championship.
Okay, I like that
fair.
one.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
Or puts him in the wall. One of the two.
Yeah.
And/or
both.
Oh man. Now I got to come up with a bold prediction here.
Yeah.
My bold prediction is that sometime towards the end of the season there, Joseph Newgarden announces his retirement from IndyCar racing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised by that myself. Yeah.
Based on what?
So NHRA.
Why would you be surprised? Sorry, hang on. Why wouldn't you be surprised if he retires?
Just
Of
sort
all
of
the love he
his,
gets?
yeah. I mean, just sort of his attitude this past year. It just seemed like his heart wasn't in it. Yeah. And you know, he's got a one little boy and another child of whose gender I'm not supposed to know, but accidentally found out at Nashville on the way. And you know, I mean,
oh, hang on, that's opening up a whole other story here.
They had not announced.
Do they know?
Yes, they had not
It wasn't
announced.
like you just like put hands on the mother and could tell telepathically what gender it was.
Yes. No, they had not announced that Ashley was pregnant, but like she wasn't trying to hide it in the clothing that she was wearing. And then somebody in the post-race press conference asked a question about it, and Joseph was just kind of like, we haven't really announced that yet. And then when he came off the podium, I heard Jenna Fryer from the AP ask him, do you know if it's a boy or a girl? And he said, yes.
It's okay.
But don't tell anybody.
No, okay. Apart from the whole world to a reporter. You never say that to a reporter.
No, but she didn't. I mean, to her credit, I haven't seen it.
You also never go on a 3-hour hike without water and food, because that's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No.
All right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like his heart was in it, and you know, maybe he's got quite a bit of money in the bank at this point, and I don't know. Maybe he'll go do some safer sports car racing and move on with life.
Yeah, or maybe he ends up in broadcast booth, or you know, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? Just I could be totally off base with that, but it seemed like he's between the cheating scandals and whatnot that he's been really beat down.
Yeah.
By life, and maybe he just maybe he'll end up running Xfinity cars or something.
Wait, can I change my prediction?
Yeah, real quick, because we gotta get
Sorry,
to the
Pato.
NHRA.
Ryan Hunter-Ray wins the Indy 500. Let's do that instead.
Okay, Lee, you want Pato now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have Pato. Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, we're gonna miss these nights.
Oh, Lee.
Yes,
NHRA was supposed to wrap up their season at Sonoma. The weather did not cooperate, so we had no season ender there. So let's take a review of the 2025 NHRA season. Let's start with who all the champions were.
So, championships, Top Fuel, Doug Coletta. He was the champion, crowned on Saturday in the rain. He has won the championship, the Big Wally, twice in the last 3 years. So that's pretty impressive. Just puts another championship trophy on the Coletta mantle. Moving down to Funny Car, Austin Prock with John Force Racing. He is the champion. That is his second time. He is a back-to-back champion in Funny Car. So 2025, 2024. Some interesting facts about Austin. He swept all 3 4-wides this year. So he swept Vegas, Charlotte, and Vegas at the 4-wides. And he also got his second straight U.S. Nationals victory this year in Indy. So pretty good company to be in right there. Stepping down to the pro stock class and the gas class, as we like to call it. Dallas Green, he's our champion this year. He had 8 wins out of 17 races in 2025. So that's a pretty good number. It's a little over 500. The interesting fact about him is out of the 59 elimination rounds that he was in this year, he won 50 of them. So that's like almost an 85% elimination round win streak. That's tough. Because elimination rounds are on Sunday. So he's made it 2 days through qualifying and gets to elimination and, won 50 out of 59 of them. Pro Stock Motorcycle, our champion, first-time champion, Richard Gadsden. everybody had written, Gage Herrera to win this thing by a long shot.
Yeah, me included.
I think I did. I think everybody that, was remotely even watching this or following it thought that Gage was going to win because he's just so dominant in the regular season, gets to the championships and fell apart. So the saving grace is Richard Gadsden is Gage Herrera's teammate. So yeah, it was nice to see that first national championship for him. And he had 4 victories in 2025. He was probably the only other rider to have wins other than his teammate in Gage Herrera. There was one other bike guy. I can't recall his name off the top of my head, but that's the championships for us. Like Frank said, very odd this year. We did not get to race in Pomona. I was actually in California that weekend and the weather was horrible. A lot of fans were very, very upset because NHRA did not move the championship eliminations to Monday like a lot of sports do.
Yeah.
And the reason why they do that, and this is something that the fans may not know, because the award ceremony from NHRA happens Monday night. So the Monday following Pomona is the night they have their awards banquet. And I mean, honestly, you can't expect these drivers to race on Monday, turn around, jump out of their fire suits, drive, 3 hours to LA to get into an awards ceremony. Plus,
if they're staying in the drag race,
couldn't
they'll
move
be
the
down
award
there in an
ceremony
hour.
to Tuesday.
Pardon me?
Couldn't you move the award ceremony to Tuesday?
Listen,
you know what I mean?
But the award ceremony.
Look, you try to book a venue in LA, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's legitimately so NASCAR books their event in New York City, months, almost a month after the end of the season. So there's time there to have that. NHRA goes, hey, we're done racing Saturday night, 6:00. Guess what? We got to be in LA in a couple hours because we're going to do this banquet dinner in 24 hours. And you just can't change. There's a lot of money involved, the catering, there's a lot of things. And there was a lot of upset fans.
Crazy to me that, I mean, I get it too. That's crazy to not have your season finale.
Because you're
at
worried
all.
about the banquet. Yeah.
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 Yep. So that was the decision the NHRA made. They said, nope, we've paid for the banquet hall. We've paid for the catering. We've paid for, all these guest speakers to come in, and doggone it, we're going to have ourselves an award banquet.
Was there anything that could have changed in terms of championships if they had run that weekend?
Yeah. So except for pretty much Top Fuel in Funny Car, Pro Stock, and Pro Stock Motorcycle, there was still chances for people. There was mathematically people
that's crazy.
Were still eligible to win. They were all within 100 points except for Top Fuel.
Yeah.
Doug Coletta.
I don't love that.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time in racing history that the season ender has been canceled.
Yeah, no.
If you recall,
INDYCAR did it in Vegas, didn't they? When Dan Weldon.
Well, yeah, they just scrapped that race after Dan Weldon got killed. But several years prior to that, they had those California wildfires getting kind of close to Fontana.
Yep.
So they canceled the last race of the season that year.
Yeah.
I forget when that was, 2002, 3, something like that.
Yep.
Somewhere around there, yeah. So things happen, but I still, but we've got the banquet booked.
Yeah. There's a lot of upset fans. They're not happy with the coverage that Fox and Fox Sport 1 provided this year for the NHRA. This, I think, canceling the race at Pomona really just kind of put a cherry on top, and a lot of fans are very, very disgruntled, and who knows? They've got a whole off season to figure it out and get better. So
all right. So Austin Prock and John Force Racing in the news.
Yeah. So John Force Racing has dominated the headlines since pretty much since Pomona, the Pomona weekend. We knew Brittany Force retires at the end of the season. John Force Racing names Josh Hart as her replacement. Her last win was in Vegas at the four wides this past fall. So, and then the other news, John Force officially, there's been speculation that it was going to happen, but he officially retires. The drag race community is on their heads about this. And then Austin Prock, the two-time funny car champion for John Force Racing, says, "Oh, hey, by the way, my dad and my brother and I, we're all out. We're gone. We're taking the show elsewhere." And they have just up and left John Force Racing. Like,
did they give a reason for that, or
there's
nope.
Literally,
it just won another championship with them.
Yeah. So
I mean, are they starting their own venture, or?
So the Prock family has been closely tied with the Force family for decades. Jimmy Prock, who is Austin Prock's dad, and is Austin's tuner, was also the tuner and crew chief for John Force for a couple of years. Thomas Prock, who is Austin's younger brother, is the assistant crew chief to Austin. So here you have son driving, father tuning, brother assistant tuning, and they just pack up and leave. And so everybody's still just kind of, and this news just broke yesterday. So everybody's just kind of standing around like, what's going on? What do we do? Like, what happened here? And everybody from the Procs all the way down to John Force Racing have not said anything. The news was, right after the banquet, John Force gets up and says, "Hey, by the way, we're going to take 2 funny cars and we're taking 2 dragsters. I've got the trailers ordered and we're going to run 4 cars in Top Fuel this year." And now he's down a driver in funny car. So there's a seat open at John Force Racing if somebody can drive a funny car really good.
Connor Daly, we're calling your name.
Yeah, you'd see that too. It could happen. Because Fast Jack Beckman, who originally took over John's seat, is going to stay. Austin Prock was going to drive the second car, but now it's like, okay, we don't have anybody. What are we going to do?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility for Connor Daly to end up there. Because if you think about it, Tony Stewart transitioned from cars to stock cars to that, and John Andretti won an NHRA race.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not
It's
impossible, but highly unlikely.
You wouldn't have to worry about doing the corners, so that may help.
Yeah. Yep. So it's kind of come full circle here. So Josh Hart, he's going to go sit in Brittany's seat for next year in the dragster. Josh Hart sells his team. So Josh Hart did own a dragster team, and he sells it to a racing company called Elite Motorsports. Elite Motorsports says, "Hey, we need a driver." Well, Tony Stewart is out of a seat next year because his wife Leah's coming back. So Tony Stewart ends up going into the seat that Josh Hart had and is going to run next year for Elite Motorsports. So it's kind of like this.
Sounds like an episode of the Kardashians.
It does. It's so drama. It's so soap opera. It's not
Which
even funny.
ends with husband and wife competing against each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh
that's going to be
Oh,
weird.
it's just bonkers. It's absolutely crazy. It's like you're like, it's only drag racing. They only go in a straight line. How crazy can it get? Well, this is it.
We know, right?
Yeah, it's
Buckle
silly
up.
season.
So does NHRA have a rookie of the year?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so who was the rookie of the year this year?
So rookie of the year was Spencer Hyde. And I kind of knew you were going to ask me this question, so I did some homework. So Spencer Hyde, funny car driver, he won the Too Fast to Taste challenge at the spring race in Las Vegas. So he won that 4-wide Too Fast to Tasty championship. Challenger, it's a Saturday Challenger thing. Like, hey, I challenge you to a race. Okay, let's go race. But he ended up winning in funny car in Vegas. Got his first qualifier for the season in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is pretty good track to get a first-time qualifier at. And he also made it to the final rounds, the elimination rounds on Sunday, twice this year. Once in New Hampshire, my backyard, and once in Sonoma, California. So
That was a big backyard. Holy shit.
No, yeah, like Epping's pretty close. So, yeah. So, congrats to Spencer Hyde. He deserved it. I mean, those are pretty good accomplishments for a Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, up and coming star in the series. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
So, well, we've only got a little bit of time left. So, but what would you say were, say like the most compelling moment of the season this year?
I think the biggest headline of the season is a tie, honestly. Well, yeah. No, it's not a tie. It's Brittany announcing her retirement. There's no bigger news in the sport than her retirement, because she's been so dominant this past season, and family's on the horizon, and you just can't argue with that. And I think she stepped away at the perfect time. I would have liked to seen her win a national championship this year, but in my mind, she won a national championship already, because she's going to go start a family, and that's really the ultimate trophy. So, knock it off.
So Brittany retiring trumps John Force retiring for.
I do. I really do.
Okay,
everybody saw John Force. We knew that it was coming. We knew that this was going to happen.
He's pushing. He's over 60, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in his 80s.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like 81.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But Brittany did, and everybody knew John was going to retire. We kind of knew it. But we did not think Brittany would step out this soon. But
I
hey,
remember, for a while it was every week we tune in and she'd break another record.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. And it was just, it was a stellar season. She like I said, the only thing she could have done better this year was win the championship. But listen, how many records did she break?
Oh God, yeah.
6?
Track after track after track, yeah.
And they were all her own records. It was like, oh, hey, I broke a record. Hey, guess what? Next week, broke my own record. Hey, guess what? Next week, broke my own record again. So, congrats to Brittany. She definitely dominated the headlines this year, and that's pretty awesome to say.
Yeah. So it looks like next year we're going to have a definite shakeup on the grid there with all the changes that you mentioned there.
Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of just pay attention this off season to see who ends up where and what the procs plan is and whatnot. So, but overall, good season. NHRA. So, and we are out of time. So, Lee, I want to thank you for your contributions the last 2 seasons here. And whenever you have the Bull on as a guest on there, I want to come on that show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it'll be fun.
All right.
Probably more sense than I do, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Richard, I'd like to thank you too. Jessica, thank you. Thank you to Sinista1 Productions and Keith Hayes, our fine producer.
Yep.
Thanks to the ERA Racing Association. Thanks to Million Podcast, NASCAR on Fox, and the Professional Bull Riding Association. Want to thank Facebook Live, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Most of all, I want to thank you folks that tune in. Have a lovely Thanksgiving. A couple things that you need to do on Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving are: number 1, listen to Alice's Restaurant. Number 2, watch the great Thanksgiving film, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Those are my 2 traditions. And
put your turkey in the microwave, evidently.
3 minutes per pound.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? These guys that burn down their backyard trying to deep fry a turkey.
Oh, bathtub.
This microwave method much safer. So,
oh boy,
a little bit greasy, but it's okay. It comes out moist.
Hey, I gotta jump in here real quick, just to give you guys.
Please don't do that.
Little secret one about me. And I love Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoy your time with your family and friends and football. But one of the biggest things that only a few little people know about Sinista1 is that Thanksgiving is huge for me because I'm a huge fan of the Westminster dog.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On Thanksgiving, I am up early. I am here for it. The Huskies, the small dog division. I love it. It gives me
the Pomeranians.
That's amazing.
I love it. Last year we had our first mixed dog win. and it was a big deal. So I love it.
Keith, if you ever decide to do like a live stream event around the Westminster Dog Show, you let me know, man.
Please don't. Yeah.
Get your Twitch channel going.
Will do.
All right. Thanks to those of you that tune in and listen to us and watch us every week. We'll be back in a week's time. Till then, good night.
Thanks for watching Drafting the Circuits. Make sure to follow Drafting the Circuits on Facebook, Spotify, Twitter, and YouTube. Drafting the Circuits is a Sinista1 production.
Oh man, that's funny.
I can't believe the corgi
Where
just
did my
won.
life go wrong?
Corgi!